My love, you are not able to control others' perception of you. It's not possible to be in control of what others think of the decisions that you make, the choices that you make, and the route that you take in your life. If you want to live a bright, brave, and balanced life, if you want fulfillment for yourself that comes from within, if you want a life where you live in integrity with your core values, you will upset people. You will. Trust me when I say that. You will, because not everyone values what you value. Not everyone grows the way you grow. Not everyone will take the journey that you embark on. Most people won't. In fact, no one does. No one ever goes in the same footsteps. Ever. And so that is why it's so essential to be able to see that perception is simply unique to every single person based on their prior experience, their beliefs, their upbringing, the way that they have engaged in life this far, right? And that is beyond your control. The only thing that really is in your empowerment is that you choose to navigate your life and business from a place of being in alignment with your values. So that requires that you know what your values are. What is it that you want to create your life and business around? And are you brave enough? I know you are. I know you are. Are you brave enough to actually stick with those values? Are you brave enough to meet others' rejection, others' thoughts on what you're doing that are disempowering? Are you brave enough to stick with it when other people doubt? If you surround yourself with a lot of people who doubt, well, that first and foremost signifies to me that you are growing, that you are indeed shifting something within you that is not in alignment with that which is without. It's very simple. As within, so without. As above, so below. It's a law. So if you feel like there's a lot of rejection, if you feel like you're not supported or you're not seen, heard, and understood, guess why that is? It's because you are growing. You're expanding your consciousness. You begin to see things differently. And when you see things differently, sometimes, most of the time, you're going to shed. You're going to shed that which no longer is in alignment. That is a law. Okay? So being able to bloom beyond perfectionism means that you're able to then have the bravery to stick with your growth, see things through, and understand that the perception that others have of you and what you're doing, the choices that you're making regarding your relationships, regarding the way that you live your life, the way that you create a business, the way that you choose to stop one thing and start another thing, the way that you make choices, it's out of your control. It's out of your control what others think about that. I understand that you might have the need to, or the want to, or the desire to please every single one, but at some point, if you are going to continue growing and expanding your consciousness, which is what we're here for, it's necessary to trust and have faith that there are other people out there for you to support you. There are also other opportunities out there that are more in alignment for you. There are beautiful experiences that you can't even imagine having right now where you're at. So just understand and let yourself soften into the fact that the only perception that you really have empowerment of is your own. So you get to choose, what perception do I want to take here? Do I want to have? Which perception would be the most empowering one right now about what I'm growing through? What perception would be most beneficial right now when I see that other people have very disempowering perceptions of me? How can I reframe that to my empowerment? How can I see that they just simply have a different level of consciousness based on what they've experienced in their life, their background, their upbringing, the way that they navigate life? How can I just come to acceptance with that? I think that acceptance comes with you focusing back on you, focusing your attention back on your journey, and also having faith and also having a long-term vision. This is extremely necessary, especially if you are to, let's say, create a business or start something new or start a project or something, and you're the one that actually received this intuitive guidance to create certain things, right? No one else might have gotten that, right? Particularly not people in your circumstances or around you. And so if you then just trust and have faith that this vision will come to life and people will then be able to have the perception and see that it was indeed possible, that is what we're talking about here, that you're able to trust yourself and have faith in yourself and the universe, right? That even though that people might not understand you right now, even though that other people might not have the perception that things will work out for you right now, they might be able to have that perception in the future. And it really is not in your highest good or anyone's highest good to make choices from a place of proving that you can do something. Proving is a very fear-based mentality. It's a perfectionistic tendency to feel the need to prove that you can do something, that you can make something work, that things are going to fall in alignment for you. See? So the other path, which is not proving, is obviously trusting and having faith. It's being able to be present with what is, having a sense of presence for what is here right now, and also having faith that whatever you are cultivating right now, it will come to fruition. It just does, because the universe expands, you expand, and in time, things might come to fruition and people will understand. But along the journey, it's not your responsibility to change people's minds or to have them understand everything or see that you can do something, because sometimes they won't. Surround yourself with the people and go to the places and have the bravery to put yourself into situations where you feel supported. And if that's not available for you right now, then I suggest that you stick to yourself a little bit. That's what I've done. Majority parts of my life, I stayed a lot with myself and for myself to be able to come back to the truth that I am the only one that can choose what I'm to perceive, and I'm absolutely not in control of what others perceive of me. Sometimes it's necessary to step back to be able to see that and be patient with yourself and others like that. I hope this message is received, understanding that perfectionism is attempting to control people's perception of self. And if this is a tendency that you might have, then that is what I support you with, really truly shifting in the Bloom Beyond tribe. So you're welcome to apply to join this free community or group to be able to come together with others who might have similar patterns, who are growing through the same things, who might be at the edge of growing into someone who is bright, brave, and balanced, right? And who chooses for themselves. If you want to be part of that, then you can go to bloombeyond.com/apply. It's a free monthly cohort, and then you get also the opportunity to see how you can also work with me within the Bloom Beyond Perfectionism program, which is a long-term commitment, right? And for long-term people, because I truly value depth, and I value that you can truly shift your way of being to a point where you're no longer identified with being a perfectionist, but rather that you feel like you're a sunflower, you're a bloomer, that you can shine your light without the need to control others' perception of you, and feel empowered and embodied in who you are and what it is that you choose for yourself, and understanding that your values might change. And what this is about being able to embody whatever values you have without focusing too much on what others are. See? So go to bloombeyond.com/apply to send that application through. Have a look at it, and then you might be invited to join, and we might see you on the other side. Stay bright, brave, and balanced.